Don't you dare.
So what I will never do that to my chef is when he put his hand to stop it. I will freak out a little bit. I'll be honest with you. Hello, I'm Chef Ludo Lefebvre, and I've been cooking for 40 years. I own several restaurants, and I've been focusing on French cuisine. Today we will look in scenes from Ratatouille, and we'll be judging how real they are.
I can't believe it. A real gourmet kitchen and I get to watch.
I mean, it's a real nice kitchen. You know, it's really like a set up like a Michelin star restaurant. I mean, look at the stove. The stove is beautiful. I would love to have a stove like that, trust me. It's everything you need for cooking. And I love the design of the kitchen. The floor, I mean, everything. Everything is great. You want to walk over there, for sure.
Which one is the chef?
Oh, that guy.
Very good.
The sous chef there. Chef de partie, demi-chef de partie, both important.
I feel like I know this scene very well. When I was 14 years old, I started working in the restaurant, the 3-star Michelin restaurant. You know, everything was set up like in the army, exactly like that. It's just everybody have a job. We have the chef, sous chef, chef de partie, demi-chef de partie, line cook, apprentice.
Him? He's nobody.
Not nobody. He is part of the kitchen.
He's a plongeur or something. He washes dishes or takes out the garbage.
Linguini, you can see him over there. And he really remind me when I was an apprentice, you know, clean the floor, just do all the bad job. And I did that. And I did not really start cooking until not before 1 year. Before, when I start cooking, I was doing just clean the floor, clean vegetable, prepping the food for the staff.
He doesn't cook.
But he could.
No.
How do you know? What do I always say? Anyone can cook.
Everyone can cook? Yes, I agree with Chef Cousteau here. Like everything, if you want to learn, and you have the love and the passion. You know, when I start cooking, I don't know how to cook anything. You know, but I really want it. I really want to learn, and I was listening to the chef.
See?
What is he doing? No, he's ruining the soup, and nobody's noticing.
But I will never do what Linguini did to add something in the soup with no authorization of the chef. So that is pretty ballsy for him to do that. I was too scared to get caught or do a mistake. But I respect that, you know. I want to cook so bad too, you know, but I wait a long time before cooking on the stove. I would give seriously a 10. It reminds me of my life when I was an apprentice in the kitchen. I feel it, it's great. Yeah, you can fix a soup, you can make something better. I believe on that, you know. I think thyme, leeks, stock, cream, makes sense. Everything makes sense. I mean, listen, cream makes everything better. You know, everything with cream, a soup is good. You always put the cream at the end and reduce it. I would love to see in this scene a little bit more testing, not just smelling. You know, I'm a freak with testing. I always say to my chef, test everything. Cooking is about testing. And in my life as a chef when I was young, I did a lot of mistakes. Yeah, I did, because I was not testing enough my food. We do everything to not to have a rats in the kitchen, but rats can just, you open the door and they're coming, you know, and that's it. So it's scary. He was in France, I was an apprentice. I go get the fryer, and guess what? He was a rat in the hall. Yeah, we never use the fryer again, okay? But yeah, things can happen. So for these things, I will put an 8. 8. Because I think the mistake a little bit about that is I don't see him testing the food. It smells, it's good, but I think we should also test the food. I test food blind, definitely, you know, before to try to get the ingredients, you know, that is fun. But cooking blind, shopping something blind, I would be scared. It's pretty cool to see that, you know, when they train in the kitchen, because cooking is about training, you know, and they train together in the apartment, and after the next day, they're actually cooking.
Congratulations. You were able to repeat your accidental success.
It's hard to repeat a dish, guys. Sometimes you improvise a recipe, and I was very like that when I was young, and I wait nothing. Everything I cook with instant, with feeling. And sometimes it can be hard to reproduce a recipe because you did not wait everything. How many time I put, how many leaks? It's possible to do it, but it's hard. So, I mean, here I did a good job. But 8 also. 8 on 10. Watching that, I want to cook.
How many women do you see in this kitchen?
Well,
Only me. Why do you think that is?
So Colette at that time, she needed to fight for a position. The woman came later in the kitchen in France. And I think women cook as good or maybe better than men, definitely. Some women have 3-star Michelin restaurant. Look, Dominique Crenn, she have 3-star Michelin restaurant.
Well, Mommy never had to face the dinner rush when the orders come flooding in and every dish is different, but must arrive on the customer's table at exactly the same time, hot and sharp.
Moving quicker in the kitchen, yes. I have a memory as a young chef, to be always running to be ready for service. It was like a race. Like Colette, she have amazing knife skill. And you have amazing knife skill, you are fast. Because in cooking, French cooking is a lot shopping. In every cooking, but especially the Michelin star restaurant, you have a lot to do. So, she's so fast, and look over there, the same thing too. And she's shopping. Pretty amazing.
What is this? Keep your station clear. Messy station, slow things down. Food doesn't go, orders pile up, disaster.
I mean, look, in the kitchen, in the restaurant, you need to keep your station clean. If you have things everywhere, first of all, it can be very dangerous because you can really bump something or cut yourself. It's better to work also in the clean station. Ask my wife in my house. I'm a freak with that. A freak with cooking, with cleaning. And I like Colette teaching that to Linguini because that's the foundation of cooking also. Work clean.
Your sleeves look like you threw up on them. Keep your hands and arms in, close to the body, like this, see?
She showed him the posture, how to do that, because cooking is a lot about manipulation and space is the hand. Everything is in the hand in cooking. When you whip egg white in the bowl, if you go like that more forward, you're going to get tired very fast. And Colette teaches him the posture to just be more easy to whip or mix for a few minutes.
How do you tell a good bread is without tasting it? Not the smell, not the look, but the sound, the crust, the sound.
How you define a good piece of bread, I would say 2 things, the smell and the crust. And she's right. If you don't have a good crust, it's not a good bread. It's about the sound, the sound of the crust. I like it, so I will give a 9 for the scene.
how have you decided this evening? What does the chef have that's new? Someone has asked what is new!
It's a real life in the restaurant. The guests want something special from you, and it's happening a lot now. People are not afraid anymore to tell the chef, I want that. In my time, 30 years ago, people just come to the restaurant and be quiet. I eat what the chef wants. But now people are not afraid to ask something. Or if you have allergy, I understand too. And sometimes in the kitchen, chef, we have no choice to improvise. When I'm in good mood, when a guest challenges me, I like it. I like it. I like the pressure. But I like this scene. I love the challenge.
This real quick. Let's see over here.
The recipe doesn't call for white truffle oil. What else have you been? You are improvising. This is no time to experiment. The customer are waiting.
And I like when they go to different stations to pick a little bit of that, and that, and that. I like that because cooking is when I improvise, I'll go to a lot of stations and the garde-manger, the fish, the meat, and see what I have and try to create a dish like that. It's pretty cool. I like it too.
Don't you dare.
I'm not.
One thing shocked me, I said, wow, I will never do that to my chef, is when Colette was going to put something on the dish, I think, and he put his hand to stop it. Stop the chef, who's a chef, is higher than him and more experienced than him, and he said to her, don't put that. I would be freaking out if my cook do a dish and I did not test it. I would freak out a little bit. I'll be honest with you. This scene is pretty cool, because it don't happen a lot in the kitchen, but wow, that's body. But I like it, to see breaking the rule in the kitchen a little bit.
I love it! I have 7 more orders! That's
Wonderful.
The best thing for a chef, it's when you have the waiter come back in the kitchen and say, "Oh, they love the food, chef. They love your dish. They're so pleased." That's the best reward. It's not to have your face in the magazine or win what or whatever. You did fast and you improvise, and they love it. That's the best reward, man. There's a sensation, the feeling. It just, I want that. I want that all the time. That's what make me keeping cooking. I would say 8 on 10. Because the thing to stop the chef to put a sauce and that is pretty cool, but shocking for me to see that. You know, I never see at the kitchen like a cook say, "Chef, don't put your thing, I put mine." Boom.
Stop that health inspector!
With a situation with the inspector, with the health inspector, you know, it's so funny because we see the inspector, it's a panic. We never know, you know, so they're all panicking, you know. Sometimes in the kitchen, we have the picture of the health inspector, and we have also the picture of the food critic. In the restaurant, we already tell the front of the house, "Look this picture, you see that? That's her or him, that's the inspector. So when he's coming or she's coming, you just let us know right away and you hold her or him in the front. You don't let him enter the restaurant. Say some stupid thing, whatever, but we have time to clean everything in the kitchen."
Team 3 will be handling fish. Team 4, roasted items. Make sure that steak is nice and tenderized. Work it, get it, stick and move.
What I like the most about this scene is about the real job as a chef. A chef is a leader. We are leader. And Remy, I love it when you have all these rats in the kitchen. You know, he really direct them like the army. You on saute, you on fish, you on sauce, really create different team and break the team to different station. And that, I think, is a great leader to do that. You know, I always say, if you don't have a good team, if you're not a good leader, you're going to fail. It's the concerto with the chef, it's the maestro, and really tell people what to do on the stage. I love that. You know, the power of the chef.
Vinaigrette on that salad composé. Don't let that beurre blanc separate. Keep whiskey. Check. Spoons down. It's good. Too much salt. Good.
Finally, now he's testing. You know, I like the scene when he tests all the sauce because he go to all the station, and that's what I do before service or during cooking. I go to each station and test everything, and I like that. It's about cooking. Cooking is about consistent and to have system. And Remy here have a system. He's consistent. He's tasting the food. He's direct. It's everything about be a chef in the kitchen. I love this scene.
We need someone to wait tables.
But you had the real estate, yeah. It'd be amazing, you know. I just need one waiter. Don't need a 5 waiter. They can do the work very fast. I save money, you know. It'd be great. You know, I'm gonna put everybody on a roller skate now in my restaurant. Go faster.
Well, we had to let Skinner and the health inspector loose. And once it got out, there were rats in the kitchen. Oh, man. The restaurant was closed.
Yeah, they close the restaurant, of course. That's normal. Health inspector. I mean, it needed to be a big thing, you know, something rotten. But yeah, you have 200 rats in the kitchen. Yeah, I think you should close the restaurant. I agree with that. Definitely. Okay, so the scene is a little bit exaggerated, but I like it. 9 on 10, okay? Because, you know, it's a lot of rats in the kitchen.
Against the rules.
Your Anton ego.
I will return tomorrow night with high expectations.
Thank God it never happened to me in my career, like a critic come to see me and say, "I'm coming tomorrow night," and don't disappoint me. Thank God, because I will be freaking out. It's always the most scary thing to cook for critic. Sometimes, you know, the critics are here, you recognize them, and sometimes you don't know they're here. I've been judged a lot in my cooking for 40 years, so I know the power of the critic. A critic can destroy your business. You have a bad review, you're out. So it's a lot of pressure. I will put 7 on 10. Because never a critic will come to confront you and say, "Cook for me tomorrow night." Ha ha ha.
Ratatouille. It's a peasant dish. Are you sure you want to serve this to Ego?
The scene is he's cooking for the food critic, and Remy decides to do a ratatouille. Ratatouille is a dish, I will say, from south of France. Okay, it's a vegetable stew. I will say a ratatouille, we don't cook too much that in the fancy restaurant, okay, because you think it's more a dish for at home or whatever. And when you work in a fancy restaurant, you don't want to cook some dishes you can do at home. Everybody can do a ratatouille, okay? It's a stew. You have different ways to do it, but chopping vegetable, tomato sauce, garlic, and you let cook. Very easy to do. But here, Remy, the chef, is going to use the same flavor, the same ingredients, but execute it a little bit differently. And I like it, Normally, like I say, ratatouille, we do big dice, and you can see the dish going to be amazing because it's taking a mandolin and slice them very fine, And normally the ratatouille, the vegetables are cooked in the tomato sauce, in the pot, but here you take a beautiful copper dishes, put the tomato sauce on the bottom, and layer all the vegetables, like super soigné, like wow. Like the vegetables are all the same size, same thickness. With ratatouille, it's a stew. No, the vegetables are never the same thickness. It's a mess. But here you can see the technique, the way he slices the vegetables, the way he builds the dish. No, he's just taking some cheap ingredients and he's going to build amazing dishes. It's a big risk, because you want to use the best ingredients. So no, luxury ingredients for a food critic, caviar, uni, foie gras, wagyu, all these fancy things, But here, the way I like it, that's what we call real cooking. Like cooking with nothing. Technique, execution, and flavor, that's it. The presentation of the ratatouille is a stew, so it's it's like on the plate, on the pot, whatever, just like that with spoon. But here you can see the presentation of the plate is very, I call that French frou-frou. It's like a little tower. It looks like a little cake, the sauce around. It's just very beautiful. Seriously, I see that, I want to eat it. So Thomas Keller designed this ratatouille, and I'm not surprised it's him. He's a genius. I will say bravo, chef, because to think like that, to have a stew and to do it so beautifully on the plate, it's about technique, ingredients, and presentation. It's everything about cooking. I think what Thomas Keller did, it was just, what we say in the French technique, very soigné. Ego is transported to another world. I love it. I think cooking is food. It's all about memory. I have a lot of memory of cooking on my grandma. And sometimes I get this flavor sometimes, on my grandma. Oh my God, it tastes like my grandma dishes. I like it. And I think to give the memory to the critic back home when this mom was cooking a ratatouille for him, and he's thinking about that. I wish I can give this emotion to all my guests.
I can't remember the last time I asked a waiter to give my compliments to the chef.
Wow, I would love that, guys. I would love a food critic be my restaurant and say, give my compliment to the chef. Wow, it will make my day, guys. Definitely. Never happened to me. Never. It's amazing. I love that. 10 on 10. Yeah, it's a beautiful DN, and it's all about what is cooking. Everything. The chef, the guest.
You found cheese? Chevre de pain! That would go beautifully with my mushroom! And, this rosemary!
I think that scene of cooking is representing exactly how to create a dish. I think it's exactly what cooking, you just not cook, just open a cooking book and decide. Cooking is about to go to the market. It's to go to the garden and really use local ingredients, fresh ingredients, and use what in season. And Tom the chef, yes, it's a specific cheese. It's a great cheese we use in France. And it's a chef from Haute Savoie, from Savoie, the mountain. And it's very creamy, soft, goat milk.
Key is to keep turning it. Get the smoky flavor.
Smoking the cheese. I think it's a great idea and great technique.
Shouldn't be so.
Oh, you gotta taste this!
Sometimes mistake is good. You learn from your mistake. And sometimes you do mistake, and actually it tastes good. Wow. You know, the thing, I burn the meat, but actually, wow, I have amazing crust on the meat, and I love the char, the flavor. You know, and I think that's what happened with Remy. I think the cheminée explodes, and the cheese get a little charred and crispy, so I think it adds some more texture to the cheese and flavor, so it works. I mean, I would give a 9 on the clip, because the process is there about how chefs who are cook go hunting for ingredients, choosing the technique, and that's what Remy is doing. And I really love that. I think my favorite thing in the movie Ratatouille is when Colette teaching Linguini how to cook. I'm lucky I learned from the best, and my chef teach me well how to cooking, so I want to do the same thing. I want to pass that to my cook. I want to teach. I love to teach. I love be creative. But teaching, it's a good feeling, man. I need to have a great staff with me to be available to do good food. So teaching is number 1. Thanks for watching. I hope you like it. And please watch the next video.